Hello, my name is Shattuck, and today I'm going to be just doing a quick overview of responsive design and how I choose to approach it. I currently just use something called Media Queries to query if the screen is a certain size, and if I needed to change, then I make a change at a certain width. I mean, there's other ways you could do it that I haven't really dabbled much in, like using grids, which to my knowledge, are about the same thing, but are a little bit more advanced because it's a set of at certain points that it changes that are fixed. I just like my way. It's just how I am. It's easy to understand. I usually do use Dreamweaver, but today I'll be using a program called Text Wrangler. Text Wrangler is free. It doesn't cost any money, and it's just a normal text editor that has a little code hinting. So what I made now is a design that is based off of percentages and not pixels. The only thing that has pixel is the bit width. One thing that I love about Chrome, and Firefox does this too, is it has inspect element. So if I were to right click the red area, which is my container div, I could inspect element and see that I indeed have one big container, and in it I have a header, I like that it highlights this too, a half left round div, a half right round div, and a footer and a clear. And in these I can see that I have various percentages, and my halves are 45, and if I want to test it, oh yeah, and I didn't notice this. I didn't note this. The container is 600. That's its max width. I can take this table and stretch it, and it will continue to go, but it starts looking a little funny. If I had text there, that would look really scrunched. So that's what we're going to solve today, is that scrunchness. Now I'll let you take a look at the code and how I did this really quick. I have a container, background color, max width. That way it shrinks in the event the screen changes, so it's as big as it will go, not necessarily how small it will go. Margin left or margin right. Auto, as you probably know, is a centering method, and there's a padding of 1 EM, which is 1 EM. I don't understand what it exactly is, but I know that when I say 1 EM, it's a good looking amount when it comes to a padding. So I use it a lot, the EMs. Across is the top and bottom bar. They're 100%. I just made them yellow for fun. They're height 200 for fun. You can put whatever content you want in there, and you wouldn't have to put a height. So this one's just fixed because it just is a placeholder, and a margin top and a margin bottom of 1, just so there's some spacing. I wouldn't currently put margin and a padding of 1 on top because it looks a little too odd, but this is a demo. Half is the tricky part. Half you have 45. I have 45%. So there's a little bit of a 5% padding in between the two. Height's 100%. Actually, no, it's not. That's garbage code. You didn't see that. It's 400 pixels, and the magic happens with left and right. Left has a margin right of 0.5 just to keep it away from the side. Also probably not necessary. And the most important part is that it floats left, while the right one floats right. Big thing you're going to have to learn, if you haven't already, is having a clear in there to get rid of the it just kind of sometimes overflows in the wrong way if you do the wrong thing with it. My clear div is just a div that has a class of clear. If it doesn't have a class of clear, you don't have a div that's following it, it does this, and you'll be sitting here wondering why everything's not working and the sky's falling. It's not, you just don't have a clear. So do that. So I just have my clear class here, and just for fun I added an extra CSS class. Anything that has the class of around has a border radius of 4 pixels. And I already went over my structure. That's how it is. Left, right, header, footer. I could even say ID equals left and ID equals right. just so we're not confused. That looks correct. I'll save that. And so now what we want to do is add a if this then this statement in CSS. Kind of programmatic, kind of very basically. So what I usually do when I don't really remember how to do something is Google it. Media Queries is what it's called, as I said. W3C is a great resource in using these. I hope it would actually show me what a media query is. It's style sheet, links, media screen, a basic one. But I want one that has a certain width. Media all. Look for the word screen. Screen, 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 screen. There's lots of screens in here. Bear with me for a second. I don't want to just tell you how to do this and like give you a copy and paste the code. I want you to be able to look it up yourself. So that's the reason of me doing this. There's a basic one. There it is. This is it. So this is what a basic media query looks like. I'm just going to put in my CSS. It's a CSS style. It wraps around other styles. So we have, and this says media screen and min width. So if it is greater than 400 and less than 700, do this. And I put my code right here. So let's start out with, let's leave this one blank. Let's copy it. This is what I usually do when I'm doing media queries. I don't remember the exact syntax. I remember how to find it. So I would do something similar to what I just did if I were in your shoes. And that's one important thing I want to show you. Min width 700. I want max width. So if it's bigger, if it's 700, I want to make, let's say, the halves will be 100%. So right there I have a tag, these curly braces, and then these curly braces. So half, and then I'm going to say float none. Then I'm going to say width 100%. This may or may not work. I still have my clear going on. I might need to take it out. I might not. So let's just test and see what happens. Yep, I think I do need to take it out because the clear is hiding one of the divs there. So let's say clear, which is the, again, I'm going to remind you, it's a div clear, not the action clear. So the action clear, clear none. That wasn't the problem. So let's see what's going on. I have float none. I have, let's see. This is another way you can play around with this. We have half of it working, but we have a glitch. So to debug the glitch, let's look in here. So the media query isn't really working too well. Our div isn't showing up. So maybe there's a CSS problem. Let's look into that. Let's take this guy out just for measure. That might be the problem. Let's test to see if this is working first. So something else is going on. Max width of 700. This is definitely not 700. So something else in some other piece of CSS broke. We have half left. This color is wrong. No, maybe it's not. This is all part of making sure you know how to read the code and make sure you have it. Let's try one more thing. So let's do left and right instead. Actually, let's do all three. just in case there's a conflict. No, what's going on with my right? Is it also floating left? It's not even getting anything. Ah, I deleted something by accident. Don't know how I did that. When I took out the right, I took the C out. So my CSS was breaking. So now we've got, let's try this again. This, and then we got this. So it's now two columns. Now right here, I've got a problem. These two divs are pushing together now. This one has a margin top of 1 EM. This one has a margin bottom of 1 EM. Actually, they're both identical because I was lazy. What we can do with this is on right. So maybe on the class of right. I could also do the ID. It doesn't really matter. They're both the same. I could also say right margin top. Ooh, if I can type it. If I can type it. Of, now what did I say on the other ones? On across, 1 EM. 1 EM. With a, so this is still inside the curly braces. And make sure I'm matched. Oh, I see what I did. Right there. See, you kind of try to correct for me. And we've got a little cut there. So you can do this with a lot of other designs. I made this approach for online.cw.edu. That's my pet project for work. At a certain width, it will, this is all my, see it's WordPress, a certain width it'll be like this, and if I close it up, it will go down to this. So it's responsive. It'll fit on any screen. It works well on iTouch. Other mobile devices. I'm not Mac, not a Mac disciple per se, but I really hope this helped show you how to do media queries. You can do any kind you want. I could change the color based on the size of the screen if I wanted to. I could make another rule for if it's like this big to this big, and how I would do that is do something like this. I would say and min width is 400 pixels, and then actually I'd probably just put that up here, and then I'd say max width 400 pixels. Right color black. So we've got that going on. Now if we get down that far, max width. Well, you get the idea. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, color black. Yes. I do that so often. Background color. The CSS was working. I just wasn't working. So you can see you have that. So yeah. So that's my lecture. Again, I am Tyler Shattuck. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, tylershattuck.com, stuff like that. I hope this helped everyone out. And if you have any other questions, please get a hold of me, and I will be glad to help.